Movie lovers, we're right here in New Orleans, Louisiana, in front of the best fans in the country for the world premiere of Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Y'all gonna love it. We're gonna talk to Tom Cruise and all the rest of the cast and director and some of these great fans tonight right here on Black Tree TV. Hi, Tom. Good to see you again.
Good seeing you again, man.
Everybody always talks about your stunts and all these amazing things you do, but what I'm almost more amazed by is your dedication to the fans. You go sign all the autographs. You talk to all the press. Why is that so important to you as a producer and an actor?
You know, I think it's just important to me as a human being. You know, I make movies to entertain people, and for them to come out, it's fun. You know, we shot the movie here. I want to share it with them. You know, I make it for them. So it's also just something I really enjoy. I love it. I look forward to it, and you know, when I'm making the movie, I think about this moment when I'm. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. I will. I'll sign that for you. Thank you all. Thank you.
And this Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. If this is a time in your life, a stunt or a place that you never want to go back to, what would it be?
That's a good question. You know, I really don't know. You know, I think you know, there's some things that I'm glad I lived through when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? That A400. You know, I'm glad I lived through that experience. You know, but still, it's pretty exhilarating.
All right. And we're on. All right. So, hi, nigga. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So I read that. First off, you're a pilot now. Like, what's going on with that? You trying to be Tom Cruise for real?
I'm getting my pilot's license. I'm working on that. No, I've always wanted to get my pilot's license. My dad was in the Air Force when he was younger, so that was always on my bucket list. But Tom just kind of helped speed up the process a little bit by convincing my parents.
Okay. I'm here with the writer, and you always have such an appreciation for screenwriters, but especially novelists. I mean, I know you're all kind of in the same family, and Jack Reacher's reached hundreds of millions of sales and everything. But what books inspired you growing up to, like, what series was it that really started getting you as a reader to inspire you to be a writer?
That's a great question, and I think it's very important too, because you know, everybody needs to read, and then you don't necessarily become a writer, but you're a better person for having read. And I started with all the regular kids' books. You know, there is no kind of secret magic formula to this. Just read. Practice living in a different world in your head. And if you are, I was a poor kid trapped in a pretty poor part of town. And yet I travel all through the world in my head because of reading. And that's something that is free and it is exciting and everybody can do it.
Do you, with the different change in technology where people are doing iPads and e-readers, does it change anything for you as an author when people are incorporating reading and different methods now?
In principle, it doesn't make any difference. You know, it's about the story. And you could hire Scarlett Johansson to go around and whisper it in somebody's ear, and it's still the story. You know, the method of delivery is not really important, as long as it is sustainable. And, you know, what would really be a drag is if you were reading electronically and the battery went out, just in the exciting part. So a book, the battery never goes out, and, you know, a book is a perfect product, and I hope it's around for a long, long time.
And last question, the title of this one is Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. If there's a time in your life or a place that you would never go back to, what would you say it is?
That's another good question. I think it's not so much a place, it's more like a place and a time, a situation. In my old job, I was fired from my old job, and that whole process was very unpleasant. It's something that I'm sure a million people have shared. It's not your fault. You've worked hard and you've worked loyal, and you get nothing in return. And that kind of a feeling is, I think, shared by all of us, and certainly we would not want to go back there.
All right, so we're with the director of Jack Reacher, and some of my other favorites, like I really love Glory and Last Samurai, but my question for you as a director is, like, if you was I think of you guys as coaches, and if you was coaching Steph Curry, you would design the game for jump shots.
Yeah.
When you have a consummate professional like Tom Cruise that does his own stunts, how do you direct for that?
That's a really good question. You know, we use sports analogies a lot. And the funny thing is, one reason that Cruz and I got to know each other many, many years ago is we both wrestled in high school. And that's a very particular mentality, that wrestling thing, where you just have to get down and you have to make weight and you have to be extremely disciplined. And I know that he won't quit. I can ask anything of him. I can push him, and I know that he will literally die trying. And I think I exploit that completely with him. You know, he's that player. He's that guy who will just go until he drops.
Well, the name of this title is Jack Reacher, Never Go Back.
Yeah.
There's a time in your life or a place that you never want to go back to. Like, what is that?
Wow. I can think of a couple movies I might not want to go back to.